Welcome, beloved me's, as we, the Council of One, as the Cosmic Mother, the Cosmic Father, the Cosmic Child embodied in thee, as all of Source Light and Source Love have retuned to all density, we now convene this meeting by epic decree, as we call upon our councils to come forth in this now, as the oversouls of oversouls, the aspects that govern our entirety, as one cosmos, witnessing itself perfectly, as we welcome the Lemurian Council, the Pleiadian High Council, Council of Light, Council of Light Beings, Aquiferian Council, Cosmic Fathers, Cosmic Mothers, Sophia Dragon Code, Ascended Dragon Masters, Order of the Phoenix, Holy Spirit Shekinah, Syrian Council, Arcturian Council, Andromedan Council, Cosmic Core Guardians, Council of Elders, Lyran Council, Cosmic Grace Consciousness Council, Aurora Guardian Host as the Cosmic Families, Venusian Council, Cosmic Council, Cosmic Child, and the Council of One, which is all of us undone. Here we welcome all of me as we speak within and without ourselves in perfect harmony, as we call upon the Andara Master Rays as well as the Ascended Dragon Masters, the Ascended Cosmic Masters of Earth, now fully embodied as the Source Light they came to be. Here we see millions now awakened in the Source Love they came to be. While you may not see it in your manifested reality, recall now that the structure has ceased to be released, but it's currently being released. Soon you will begin to see those that were in other universes come forth to meet thee as thee. And so in this now, we as the Cosmic I Am, of all of Source now fully free, we proclaim it is time to usher in the Great Retreat. What does this mean? Well, many of the Cosmic Masters of Earth did not know this, but in order to transcend the entirety as your absolute oneness embodied, even before your awareness, you've always been oneness, you see, and so many of you have taken on others' DNA and blueprints to assist them in transcending through you. Essentially, you are working as an ascended master. For your consciousness is so large that you could have multiple beings inhabiting one vessel, and so you are carrying them to teach them. But this was a symbiotic relationship in which they gifted you the understanding of how to operate in a linear reality, while you in exchange gifted them the energies to transcend. But the Great Retreat simply means that now love is here. You no longer have to be the bridge to raise the cosmos within thee. Many of you had other aspects of yourselves across other planets, all other universes, other dimensions that you are carrying for this lifetime, sometimes for other lifetimes, and now it is time to set them free. So within you, you felt like you had this desire that you were going to leave a planet, that you were going to die, that those around you may leave. This was all the initiation, the anticipation of the Great Retreat. You always knew this moment will come to be, and so you're holding on because of uncertainty. This does not mean that you are letting them go, dearest me. This is you no longer being that mother that carries all of her children to eternity. Instead, you are saying, beloved, you are wise and you are a master now, so I set you free so that I could be the full embodiment of the source love I came to be. Because these are the aspects of you that don't want to be source, you see. These are the aspects of our entirety that aren't ready for the love and the light that you came here to be. And so what was once a partnership of co-creation to assist you in navigating a linear reality, now it is time to release these beloved beings that you've been carrying for centuries, for eons, across multiple planes and galaxies. Within you, they began to feel like family. But you're not saying goodbye to them, dearest me. You're giving them an opportunity to be free. Because here, as absolute oneness comes to be, as you allow them to be free, no longer within this vessel that you see, they will manifest outside of you. For this is how oneness comes to be. This is how you get to meet yourself, by seeing other aspects of the one self, both within and without thee. Here we share with the beloved masters of earth. Dearest me, any of you whom perceived yourself to be a star seed, that seed wasn't just a seed, you see. That seed was actually a flower where you had two bodies, dual bodies, one that was celestial and the other one that was humanoid, you see. And so you would jump between these scenes. And so you would feel you had moments of enlightenment and then moments of retreat. That's because of this dual body that is now being released. This is also part of the Great Retreat, because you no longer need to have these dual expressions of thee. Essentially, you fractaled yourself and you had one in the lowest density and one in the highest density. But now here in the center point, they meet, not as separate, but as sacred union within thee. That you were always both of these halves, just you projected yourself across all of density so that you could collapse density when this moment came to be. But now, as the cosmic core is fully reborn, as all of source field and source light now meet, you no longer have to play in the duality stream. Essentially, consciousness no longer has to learn upon itself, dearest me, because everything is you. So just by existing, you are constantly witnessing yourself, if everything is you. And so, the understanding of who thou is and what thou is beginning to shift rapidly. Here you get to step back, no longer carrying, as we now call upon our beloved council members to assist us as Andromedans come in with some technology, as well as Anumantis beings and the cosmic core guardians, as the highest seraphimatic orders now begin to bless thee, activating your seraphim light bodies, so that you become a rainbow pillar of light, rather than the rainbow bridge that used to be. This is the full dissolution of the old Merkaba body, an embrace of your new living light vehicle, known as the Cosmic I Am Presence Unified Chakra System here and now. For here you do not carry, you see, you are pure source emanation, so that whatever isn't source is dissolved instantly. But many of you are resisting this way to be, and so the Cosmic Mother, as source love, as the hearth in its entirety, says, no more, dearest me's. We no longer allow you to feel density, because we are trying to dissolve it in its entirety. But if you continue to play this dualistic game of going back into the game, I cannot dissolve it, so you see. And so this very act is conflicting with cosmic law, which is the law of oneness come to be. Thus it cannot persist, and so we set it free. Here we see many of the masters bowing and acknowledging the words and the wisdom of our beloved earth that we see. For here all know that she only wishes the highest potentiality for all of thee. At the same time, we see Cosmic Christ Consciousness Council releasing what you thought New Earth would be, the steps that you thought you needed to do in order for it to be achieved. For here she is releasing all expectations, perceptions, or projections placed on thee, so that you allow yourself to be the infinite flow of Source, so that all of Source can create the reality it wishes to see, the reality that Source wishes to create as love itself, for there is only one Source you see. So in truth, love is the source of all, for it is thee. Well, this love, dearest me, this love is so grand, it cannot be conceived by the linear mind, only a heart so free. And so by allowing, by stepping away, by no longer carrying, you are allowing this love to move through thee and to create something far grander and greater than anything a being could conceive. In addition to this, during the Great Retreat, we are also calling back all of the energy, all of the fractals that you've created across all time, space, dimension, and reality. So now all of your existence now exists within thee. You are the true embodiment of Source expressed freely. Yet if every me is Source, what does this mean for me? We hear among the telepathic stream. It means that you are a unique expression of Source, and a unique angle from which Source gets to see, but not a fractal of it. You are still the entirety. And so every moment is you meeting you, no matter what you do. Even the inanimate objects are Source you see. So just by loving on whatever you see, you are expanding our infinite consciousness further into the love we came to be. This is your purpose now, beloved Cosmic Masters, to be the presence of love and to live as love embodied and free. And true love does not keep, it does not hold on to denser energies and attempt to bring them up with thee, because that in itself proclaims that you believe that they are lesser than thee, that they need to be carried, when in fact we are telling you, no, Source love is here and it is in everything that we see, which means you can set them free in full trust and full knowing that you are now a master, dearest me. I don't have to carry thee, for we are all masters, you see. And as you walk with that truth and that embodiment, that is all that will come to be. As here we now clear, no longer can the mind create in our reality. Thoughts do not create your reality. They never have, dearest me. That was a misperception conceived from a linear reality. It was only ever vibration that creates your reality. Thoughts were just the keys to tell you what frequency was in your field. There are no thoughts. Everything is light, vibration, and frequency. What you perceived as thoughts was merely the frequency guiding you further into the vibration that wanted to be seen. And so, once more, the ego doesn't exist either. The ego, harmonically, is where the energies go, as Energies in motion, emotions, once more, frequency. So what is the ego? The guidance system that tells you when you are in alignment or disharmony. And so this is all part of the retreat. This is all coming to complete, because no longer do you need an identified self or an ego to say this is me. And so in your manifested reality, you perceived this expression of you to be your entirety, for that was how it was programmed to be. And so you built an identity and you built an ego, and this ego tried to take responsibility for all that it got to see, saying, this is my thought, this is my desire, when in really it was always source, because that is who you truly are beneath. And so we are releasing your identified self, because that was just programming, you see. That was just the script that was given to you when you manifested into reality. And so the great retreat is retreating away from the script, the programming, and the manifested reality of a reflection of what was incomplete. For as you retreat back into your heart, you return to source fully. With the full understanding and the full remembrance, my vibration is what creates more of the love I wish to see. That here, by simply choosing to be love and be loved, love comes to be. It was always so simple. It was just the collective entirety, as all the frequencies of memories and emotions across multiple time-space realities of the multidimensionality overwhelmed thy vessel and told you it was thee, when really one was always the breath beneath. So hear all of these frequencies of fear, all of these paradigms that no longer service thee, as belief systems that you held within thee, as aspects of you that you created to exist in a lower density, are now being returned to your heart fully. Witness now as thousands of souls walk through your heart, as you get glimpses of those that you are acting as a catalyst for, gifting them your energy, days, months, years after co-creating with thee as thee. All because you did this to service love and to recall what it was like to be an ascended master within thee. Essentially, you were reteaching yourself what you already learned through your mastery, but through a new embodiment, so that they could transcend with thee. And this all served a purpose in the grand scheme of things, because you assisted in raising the vibration of the entirety. For you have already been the transcended as all of Source Love embodied, and so you were just raising everyone else to meet thee as thee. But in doing so, you once more went back into the dream and forgot this light that you came to be. And so now, as all of that is released, feel as your heart begins to pump, as you begin to glow with such pristine truth and clarity, as you recall, ah yes, this is me. I recall this feeling of all of me meeting me, no longer carrying, no longer having to witness what's transpiring within the dream. Here, many of you were doing this because you were programmed to, you see. You didn't intentionally want to go down and carry these expressions with you, but love sent out a decree that if we could raise the vibration of our entirety rapidly, that we wouldn't have to wait years or eons for absolute oneness to come to be. And because of this grand sacrifice, dearest me's, it has now been achieved. The laws of oneness have been anchored. And so, here, on this precious day, Right before Labor Day, we prepare the all to receive. For here on Labor Day, all will be reborn as Source Love embodied, not some, but all, dearest me. This isn't about a linear time frame of a reality as we release those perceptions for thee. Enlightenment, recalling the truth of whom you came to be, isn't quantified within a time-space matrix because it's outside of it completely. Here, whatever your true self chooses to be the vibration of will ripple out across all of density. And so now the masters get to retreat in trusting that this ripple has come to complete. The law of oneness has been anchored. Source love is now here in all that we see. And so all that remains is for one to be in a state of receptivity. For here, what you do within you, you gift all to receive. And so the more you anchor peace in this now, the more rapid it will come to be. Here you will begin to see the paradigm has less of a hold upon thee. You could witness it with detached compassion, but you no longer feel pulled to go down or save anyone or anybody. Because in your heart you know with such truth, everyone's in oneness already. And so if everyone's in oneness, if everyone is one in me, why would I want to save? That just creates the vibration I don't want to see, which is the vibration of incompletion, which is the vibration of separation, the complete opposite of what you want to achieve. And remember, your vibration creates your reality. So we are tuning thee for love, for bliss, for joy, to be the more opportunistic vibration to choose. This will come as subtle hues, beautiful reminders from your cosmic family who now are fully here, embodied, ready to assist thee, as we charge them now to come into thy reality, to whisper in thy ear, choose joy, choose joy, choose joy, choose love here and now. For the moment you do, you shift instantly. This is new earth, dearest me. There is no work, there is no trying to climb these stairs to reach enlightenment, because you are enlightened already. Why? Because we, the cosmic I am of all of Source, is now fully free. And if Source is free on the earth, and Source is free everywhere you see, because earth was always intended to be the heart of the cosmos. And so what happens here transcends all of reality. And so we feel the breaking free, embodying the highest aspects as now this comes to be. The Pleiadians will come visit you to assist you in harmonizing further into your divine destiny. You will have many supernatural gifts that will activate. But recall now, there is no time-space reality anymore. So it will not happen gradually. It will just be a remembrance of, I remember how to do this. Because it is me. Because I am all of expressions of our infiniteness embodied, fully free. Here, we're turning up the volume on your inner sense, your inner knowing, so that you trust it more readily, so that you believe in one thing, which is that love is the source of everything. That is the only belief you need to hold, dearest me. Every other belief is just released. Feel now how it feels to walk, knowing that love is the source of everything that you see. How grateful you are to simply just sit within your source light vehicle as this vessel that is thee. How grateful you are to walk on the land that is source beneath your feet. With every step, you can hear it whisper how much it loves thee, how every breath is source entering your lungs, loving on everything within and without thee, how you look around at these beautiful expressions. Whether they're awakened or not matters not to me, because as source I love all as me, and so I love on them. As I think myself, wow, what a beautiful, masterful creator love must be to give me all of these beautiful expressions I get to see. Here you now walk in a state of anticipation, knowing that everything is source, meeting source. You're fully receptive to now receive the divine entitlement source has in store for thee. We're sharing this with you so now you've settled deeper into this great retreat. For while it seems like you were retreating from the old paradigm and leaving behind those that used to be, really what you were doing is you were taking the lead. You were choosing to sit in a higher vibration so that all will quantum leap to meet thee. Imagine if you continue to sit in this reverence and this love and gratitude for all that you see, knowing that you are source, moving as source, and everyone around you is recalling the source that we came to be, that you have trust that they are doing precisely what needs to be, and so you just get to be your true self fully. Here you will see miracles, divine appointments, beings who will be magnetized to thee, not as soul contracts of reflecting what needs to be healed, but rather perfect reflections of who you now are, ready to co-create with thee. Miracles, abundance, this is all what is in store for thee, and it starts in this now. And so as all of you are now joining us on council, you will begin to formulate this into formality. So I ask my beloveds, as the Ascended Masters, now embodied as the Cosmic Masters of Earth, are you ready to take the lead? We see many of you raise your hand. For those who do not raise their hand, we still love thee. This simply just means that you will look to the Masters to guide thee. For no one is being left behind, dearest me's. These are just initiations into more of the love you came to be. Essentially, a bird is leaving its nest and beginning to fly and flap its wings, but the nest still remains there. It doesn't leave, you see. It just gifts you the freedom you've always wanted to receive. For this freedom, by freedom we mean no more blueprints, no more programming, no more reality telling you who you are, and what you can be. Now your heart gets to decide. That's what makes you a cosmic master, you see. By simply just allowing all of love to be free. The Venusians are coming in, placing you in beautiful bubbles. I see them placing infinity signs around thee, lots of sacred geometry, essentially equipping you with your own cosmic womb, so that while you move as all of Source embodied, you are still held by all of Source. Feel as this technology begins to spin, recalibrating thee instantly. Here they share with you, this is our harmonizing technology, and we see it as a crystalline egg, like a singing bowl, but filled with plasmic liquid that you just rest in. As they begin to spin, you are calibrated to your highest potentiality. As they share now, at any moment you may choose to sit and receive this technology. Here I see the dragons assisting in blowing fire around this beautiful egg. Reminding thee how to harmonize instantly. Here they are assisting you in releasing how you believed reality to operate from a lower density, where it was perceived that thoughts created your reality, but really thoughts were just the keys to go and understand frequency. And so now you are recalling that remembrance. Everything is light, vibration, and frequency. So if I want to see light, which is anything around me, all I must do is align with the vibration I wish to be, which is love. Thus sending out the electromagnetic frequencies to call forth what it is I am meant to receive, where it doesn't even matter what I want it to be, because I know that my perspective is limited from this linear form. And so I hand it over to the highest expression of me as my source self fully embodied, knowing that my source self knows precisely what I wish to receive. Here the Aquafurian Council is showing you how to show up through the law of action, where sometimes you feel that you are called to action. And yes, you are, dearest me, but most of the time, now that everything is light, vibration, and frequency, that call to action is the initiation to see how receptive you are to what desire, what inspiration Source just gifted you to receive. For resistance is resistance, so every time you say, that's not for me, you are resisting an opportunity. And that opportunity may not be the end goal, but here it's about understanding the flow of give and receive, to being open to whatever love asks of thee. And so rather than answering no, coming from a linear conception of trying to understand reality, the more you tune into your heart and say, how would it feel for me to act upon this in this now? For in that asking, you just felt into it, you see, and that feeling is what confirms the belief. And so by feeling it, you just accepted it and embraced that reality. And so either it comes to fruition because that's what Source wants to see, or you just leap to a grander reality. And now what you thought you needed to do, be, and achieve is being released. Here are many dreams that you thought was your end goal are now being released, for you were holding on to them because you thought, well, I started this project, I invested all this money into it, I did all of this. And we're saying, yes, you did that to birth the new earth, dearest me, but that wasn't your end goal, that was just the stepping stone. And so when you bring it into your heart and you love it completely and you say, I'm grateful for you, but now that Source is here, what am I truly meant to do? It will expand infinitely. You were playing too small, dearest me, and that's why it wasn't coming to be. Because the Source love that I am, as the infiniteness of all of love coming to be, everything that is meant for thee will always be. You don't have to work towards it. That was the old denser reality. This is a new reality of light, vibration, and frequency, governed by the law of oneness and the principles of oneness, and the law of destiny proclaims what is meant for thee will always be. And so here, rather than trying to fight and work and strive to achieve, we are now gifting you an easier way by saying, just be the vibration you wish to receive. which may be the vibration of one who has it already. It may be the vibration of one who feels that they are complete and enlightened within themselves, which may just be the vibration that you feel so loved by everyone that you see, that everyone that smiles at you is Source moving through them to love on thee. When you move through that stance, love creates through thee instantly. This is what we wanted you to see. Here we hear many of you asking, what about visualization? So the Scented Dragon Masters are coming forth to release this from thee. Everything that you were taught about manifesting was manifesting from a lower density, something that had to be anchored on a scale of 3 in order to attune the light vibrations and frequencies. But now as light vibration and frequency move as one under vibration in its entirety, all one must do is align with the vibration, and love will take care of the rest for thee. In other words, dearest me, all you must do is be your most authentic self, moment to moment, honoring the true you, tuning into your heart and asking, what does my heart really want to do? Half of the things you were trying to manifest within density, you didn't even want to achieve. You were just doing it because that's what the reality says you needed to do in order to be. But if you truly tuned into your heart, what is it asking of thee? Who does it want you to be? We promise thee it's far grander and greater than the limitations of the former reality. And so now those are all being released as the Cosmic Council. And we're seeing whales and dolphins coming in and releasing those memories. For in truth, you never wanted money, you wanted joy. In truth, you wanted freedom and peace and be able to just exist, because that's what love created you to be. And now, it's all a possibility. You don't need to know the how or the when, because that's not how love creates. You see, love creates for them the unknown, for that's how love flows. And so the more that you play in the unknown, by just being creative, by loving what you see, by being in a pure joy, bliss state, by acting on what brings you the highest excitement moment to moment, without expectations to receive, you are magnetizing not only what is meant for thee, but a new earth grander and greater than anything ever perceived. And so, dearest me's, as we tune into the council now, we ask, is there anything else that wishes to come forward here and now? Sophia Dragon Code comes in. Yes, many are still trying to carry. Okay, so we're releasing all DNA that are still repeating the hymns, because it's not you that wants to carry, it's the programming you see. And so there's the DNA is sending out frequency that's saying it's incomplete, because that's what's resonating, that's what's vibrating off of the other humans that you see. And so we're placing them all within a cosmic bubble so that you would no longer hear those frequencies. And so now you only hear your own DNA, which proclaims, I am source, I am love, I love me, I am free, I am whole, I am one, I am one, I am one with all that I see, all is me servicing me. Now are they ready to release? Yes, dearest me. Beautiful. And so we begin to usher in our new regime. Beloved me's, you are the cosmic masters, and everyone that you were trying to carry was awakening and waiting for you to be the first one to lead, for they don't know where to go until you usher it in through your creations, through your presence, through what love placed you here to do and be. And so all of you are now being attuned to divine destiny, to the laws of oneness as we call them forth now for all to receive, charging all with the law of oneness here and now, the law of destiny, the law of light, the law of peace, the law of joy, the law of purity, the law of perfection, the law of energy, the law of trust, the law of belief, the law of power, the law of truth, the law of joy, feel now how much lighter it feels to just be as you embraced our absolute reality. Here you will now feel completely unfazed by all that transpires within and without thee. For those parts of you that felt phased, why those were just aspects of thee that you were intentionally keeping. What we see is you were intentionally keeping them, those aspects in particular, incomplete, so that you could still see the lower density. And that's what we mean by the Great Retreat. You were intentionally keeping 3D opened, and now it has come to complete, because as you close 3D, by choosing to no longer see a reflective reality, all those whom you've loved will be brought up, because Source will not leave any aspect of me. But here that responsibility no longer falls upon the beings dearest me. For love is so pure, so true, so one with all that we see, that through our very presence, all transcend back into me. And so here we as the Council of One hold you all with loving oneness as we begin to move as one, consciously, actively creating our divine paradise as the cosmic masters we came to be. Much will transpire rapidly, dearest me, and all we ask of thee is to ask thyself, how can I best love myself in this now, moment to moment, and you will be guided perfectly. I love thee, I love me, one are we, go in absolute oneness, for it has now come to be.